Sorry about that, guys. Um, let's see. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I feel like every time I start my stream, I have something go wrong here and there. But welcome to my channel. Welcome to youtube.com/crate or twitch.tv/thecrate. Whichever one you're watching on. I appreciate all you guys who are here, even if you don't say anything. But if you're here and you want to say howdy, that'll be pretty cool. I've got some tendies, some healthy tendies and barbecue sauce. So, I'm ready to code. Most of the people who found my channel found it from me spamming my link somewhere, or they follow me on Twitter, something like that. So you already know what project I'm working on, which is a project I've been working on called Circuit Dude for the Palm Pilot. And it's pretty much like a game that I built for Arduboy, an Arduino based game system with 32 kilobytes of memory. So it's already very limited, but I'm porting it from C++ to Pascal and using a little bit of the code that I got from the Arduboy as well as from the BitBoy. I think this is stream number 13, or maybe it's number 11 with Pascal. Originally I tried using NS Basic and that didn't go too well. That language kind of sucks. So working with HS Pascal today. I would love to show you what the progress is we are at, because we've got so far with this game. I'm gonna go ahead and just switch over to the computer view real quick. Dump this into the emulator. So if you're unfamiliar with what a Palm Pilot is, it's basically this old touchscreen device. Not as much memory as phones nowadays, of course, but got some cool stuff with it. This is Circuit Dude. So far we're about 65% of the way through. Basically we've got pictures showing, this menu system going on. You can play a level and you can select which level you want, and then click play and then play through it. It's a little slow. I think one of the last things we're going to do is optimize it. That's I think might be a little bit boring. It might be outside the scope of what I'm capable of doing. But last stream we went ahead and we implemented a little bit better UI, as well as these little menus up here. And these menus are great because we can use them for all sorts of stuff. One of the next things that we want to do is implement, menu. One of the things we want to implement is this level editor that we have that's in the Arduboy version. So right now you can go through and look at existing normal levels. These aren't custom levels, but in theory you're supposed to be able to edit custom levels that are saved away in their own thing. But if I click edit, I don't remember if it crashes or if it gets mad or what. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't even really draw anything. But basically what we want to do is implement some sort of level editor today, and I'll show you what the Arduboy version of the level editor looks like. This is going to be probably the most drastically different part of the game, simply because the touchscreen that the Palm Pilot has is way different than the tiny screen that the Arduboy has. And by the way, over the last few days, I've actually released 2 different updates. One update for the Arduboy version. It was loading a different place in memory, so somebody helped me detect that issue, Mr. Blinky, I believe it was. And the level 80 in the Steam version of the game was basically an old version of the game that I had to go through and remove the old version of the level and put a new version of the level in and completely recreate a brand new layout. But that's neither here nor there. We're looking at the level editor for this this game. So in an empty level, it would look like this, and you can move the cursor around with these arrow buttons, or you can click a tile and then select which one you want, or back. And then selecting the tile that you want kind of stamps it into place. And then you could go somewhere else and put another one down. Something like this. Now with the touchscreen, we're going to be able to basically touch the tile that we want to use as a stamp, and then touch the tile on the screen, and that will replace the level. That'll edit the level directly. And then I'm going to take a big bite of this chicken tendy with barbecue sauce. It's going to give me some fuel. Now, one of the cool things about this level editor is that you can actually play the level to test it out, just like you could any other level. But when you kill yourself, of course, you go back to the edit menu. So that's also something that we want to be able to do. Jump directly from the level editor. Uh-oh. There we go. Jump directly from the level editor to the test play. Okay. So now that I've showed you that a little bit, let's kind of figure out what we're going to do here. I want to do some sort of, like I said, I want to draw the level and then pretend that's the level contents. And then I like the bar at the top, so we'll kind of keep that. And I think even something like this clear level would be cool. Right now we have the ability to send and receive it. That's in this menu up here. But actually, it's test level even up there. Yeah, test level or play level isn't even in this menu, which it should be. Yeah, so I'll add that in too, but going to also need to take a look at these tiles here. I think there's about 20 tiles. Let's see. Yeah, that's about, wait, 42 items. 37 selected? Yeah, there's no way. That's wrong. Let me unselect a few of these animation sprites from the conveyor belts. And we don't want. Okay, that's about 24. So yeah, 20, 24. That makes sense. So we'll have about 12 tiles across, and then 12 below, and then you can click one. And I think there's going to be some sort of border we'll put around it. Tariq, what's going on, man? And then we'll have a play button down here. And it would be cool, like if you were able to like touch a tile and then touch another tile and then kind of select the area and then like delete it, kind of like this, where you can highlight an area. It would be cool also to move it, but that's a lot of programming. I guess having a play button right here would be kind of weird. But we also were drawing stats earlier too for the other levels, and I think we need the stats to be drawn as well, because go to the main menu real quick. Yeah, so we need the level, level drawn, kind of like how we have right here, custom level. But there's no other stats that really need to be drawn. Tariq, you know, I actually had a pretty lazy day, and then I was having a really bad headache earlier. I tried to take a nap, but could not sleep because two people had boomboxes blaring different kinds of music outside. I live right above a pool area, and I hate it. And one person turned theirs up, so the other people had to turn theirs up higher, and then the original people had to turn theirs up even higher. So it was like two competing people trying to figure out who can be the most annoying. And needless to say, they both did a good job of that. Okay, so I think we have enough space here for everything we want. I gotta think though, because okay, I think we can go ahead and just get started. So right now, to know that you're inside of this, either this state we're drawing where you can't interact, you can't move, and playing it, we have like a game mode variable, and let's see, there's another variable for figuring out draw game. Yeah, so in game, draw game, and game mode. These are the variables that we'll need to take into consideration for what we're doing. Obviously, game mode is going to be editor. We have basically these constants defined down here, and draw mode or draw game. Yeah, so if we have the form editor, then we're going to draw the game, and then in game is false. Let's see what happens if we put in game true. Right now, if you try to edit this, it won't draw the dynamic map, and I think that's because in-game is false. So we want the entire map to be drawn. Oh, actually, wait a minute. We have load level? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so form level. Is it form editor? Yeah, so form editor, form level. I think this actually might be the reason why. Here we go. The form level needs to be editor. No, form editor. I think that might actually load the level. So hspc circuitdude.pas. Yeah, neighbors that blast your music are annoying. At least whenever it's like to an excessive amount. Okay, so it looks like that didn't do anything. The load level really wasn't what we wanted. I think though we can do possibly draw static, draw map static. Drawing the map of static is in gameplay. Let's see, redraw. Whenever you load it, Draw map static is fired, it looks like. I feel like we've had this issue before. Draw map static. Let's see what happens. When do we draw stats? If game mode equals player, then this. Otherwise, do this. Oh, my hair is crazy right now. I made chicken tendies earlier. Tariq, check this out. Ooh. Barbecue. Baby. Pizza sounds great. So it looks like we put draw stats instead of draw map static. It's been a while since I've been on stream, so I kind of forget a little bit of it. My gosh. There we go. Draw map static. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh my gosh. I don't think I even dragged it over. I didn't even drag over the file. Wow. But I did also set it to play the level. Let's see. We don't want to set. I don't think we want to set endgame to be true. I think we want to do false. Okay, so it does see it's drawing the map the way we want it, and we can't interact with it. So this is exactly what we want so far. And so if we're gonna put a play button in here, we should also put the play button up here as well. And to do that kind of stuff, we actually need to do let's see. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if we need like a save button. Automatically in the other ArduBoy version, you save the level every time you place a new piece, so you never lose your progress. Hmm. So let's look for the clear level button. Menu item, I mean to say. We'll put 2 more in, and they'll be save level and test level. And saving will be S, testing will be T, I think. Oh, sound is S. Maybe I will get rid of that and only have save S. Okay. We'll need to add some of these items in as well. These menu items. $13.08 and $13.09. So we define those in the menu. Let's put them in here in Pascal so it knows about them. Okay. And then we'll go in here and add these as well. And let's see, we also want another button down here, a play button and a save button. So where in here do we have the menu button? Oh, I think it's called exit. We renamed it. Or maybe it's called back. Yeah, button level back. So this is the definition for it. And then right next to it, to the right, I think it is this one for the down button. So let's see. Editor. Form editor. We'll add these buttons in real quick. And instead of menu, it'll be called test or play. Yeah, it'll be called play. And this one will be save. And then of course we gotta make sure we change the font to B0. And button editor play and button editor save. Alrighty. Now we gotta add these resource IDs in. This is probably one of the most annoying aspects of this. And 1118 and 1119. Okay. Good Tindy right there. Oh, button is what it's called. Button underscore, not button back. I mean, underscore button. Button underscore, not underscore button. So we have begin and all right. So we added basically those stubs in. What's up, Galactic? This cat. Am I even saying that right? I think I am not. This cat. Like a play on words with cat. Galactic diskette. Okay, great. Okay, so all we've basically done is add a few buttons in so far, and drew the level in the level editor form. We also want to, oh, we did the stats too, but we also want basically some sort of selection of tiles down here that you can click on, so that you can click it and then click in the map to replace the tile in the map. So let's see. We have draw static, draw map static. I think we should do draw tile static, or no, not tile static. Draw editor static. And basically we'll use this function to draw these tiles. And let's see, I think we have an array up here, right? Nope, looks like we don't. Okay, so we'll have to look for the Arduboy source code real quick, because there is an array in there that I'd like to copy over. Oh, here we go. I think it's called editor tiles. Yeah, editor tiles. So there's 24 of them, and this is what they look like, pretty much. It's the it's the tiles that appear in the level editor. So, so when we start this, we'll say x equals to 0, y equals to 0, and we'll have like a for loop that's going through this array of tiles. So for x equals to 12. No, wait. We have to do y first. Okay, so for y equal to 0 to 2 to begin, and now we need to do the x for the row. 12. Oh, no, 0 to 12 do. The syntax throws me off a little bit. It's so weird. So basically, for every tile that's going to be in this group, we're going to do something. But let's implement that array real quick of editor tiles, editor blocks, we'll call it this one, and it'll be an array from 0 to 24. of, let's see, we wanted to hold these values. So what are those values? Are they just integers? Yeah, looks like they're just integers. So array of integer. And then in the initialize variable function, or procedure, or initialize resources actually, we will individually assign every single one of these. And now the reason the word exit is highlighted purple is because that's actually a function in Pascal. So I think we replace exit with exits with an S at the end. But let's see. Should not be too hard. Editor blocks, or editor blocks at equals that. And should be 24. Instead of typing that out, I'll cheat real quick. And I mean, I could have typed that out myself. It's not out of laziness, it's because I know I'll make a mistake somewhere and spend like 10 minutes trying to solve that issue. Alrighty. Okay, so now that we have basically the values put in for all of these blocks into this array, what we'll do is kind of like when we draw the static map, draw map static, we basically go through and we do draw map tile at each x and y. And what does that look like? Draw map tile is looking for the tile and it's finding blank, or it looks in the blocks array for whatever that tile is, and then it uses the value that's in blocks, which is a bitmap pointer, and uses the function draw bitmap pointer. So what we want to do, let's copy that, draw editor static. Oh, it's right underneath. Perfect. And we will editor blocks at, well, let's see, y times well, shoot, x times y. I mean to say plus I forgot how to do something as simple as this. Is this stream laggy? Let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Let me know if it's still laggy. I switch between scenes, that might help out a little bit. ScroobTube, thanks for showing up, man. Java Jack, thanks for showing up. Basically, we're drawing the level editor now. So we want to draw a list of tiles that are available to use in the level editor. So you can click one and then click the map and replace whatever's in the map with the tile you just selected. So draw map pointer for y. If y is 0, then it's just going to be y plus x, and if y is equal to 1, then it's going to be 12. Yeah, that's what it was. And y here, let's not do map offset, let's do like 140 for the y. No, that's way too much. 100. I think this will just draw them really close together. I don't know how much space it'll actually take up on the screen. Tile size is 8, so 8 times 12 is like 96, I think. So it should be maybe about here. And we have enough space to space them out. Type mismatch on 233. Oh, that's right, because we're actually looking for pointer, which is stored in blocks, but we can access it with editor blocks. And let's see, 661. These need a colon. And this might need a colon too. 834. Yep, they do. Okie dokie, let's pull it over and see if it actually works. How are you supposed to test if you wrote a function properly if you don't actually, you know, call that function? Editor static. On map static. Oh, actually it'll be load level. Let's see if I got it. So it looks like I did this properly, except for I, for some reason, went from 0 to 2 inclusive, and it needs to be from 0 to 1 inclusive. And 11, 0 to 11. Oh, alright, so we have the tiles drawn now. We kind of want to put them underneath this. Also, I noticed that we actually are not drawing the new buttons down here or the new menu items. So that means I need to generate the binary, the resource binary. Totally forgot to do for some reason. All right, so I think also for this, well, instead of using 5, I think map x offset is what we can use again. That'll push everything over here. And there's 11 tiles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 12 tiles in the editor row, and then there's 14 in the normal level. So if we want this to be spaced out pretty nicely and evenly, so that it starts in the same spot and goes all the way over, then we're going to need to add a little bit of white space between the buttons. So we'll put 12, actually 14 times 8 divided by 12. So it looks like we have a little, I don't actually, 9.3. I think we can do two pixels between each one. So x times tile size plus 2. And then y times tile size. Let's do map y offset plus 20 for this starting point. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. 8 times 8, which is tile size is 64. Let's see, tile size times 8. That's the number of rows. Two, three, three. Oh, map y offset, not max. Silly me. Try it out. All right, so we have the buttons down here. It looks like these tiles are nice and spaced out. We can move them up some too. They don't need to have 20, possibly 10. That might be good. Okay, so instead of the X offset, what we can do is the screen size is the screen size is 160 divided by 12, and 160 divided by 12 times tile size plus 2. That might be good. That should center it, I think. Yep. Oh, no, it didn't. Maybe it did. 1, 2. There is also one thing that I want to change too. It's kind of stupid, but the ordering a little bit. Wait a minute. Also, why is this still so low? Oh, it's because it didn't compile. That's why. 2, 3, 3. Type mismatch. Oh, I think it's instead of divide, you have to do div. Okay. Now we should be able to see something work. Ah, dang, that didn't work. We'll just manually calculate this value. 160. Actually, file size 8 plus 2 times 12. Oh, it's not supposed to be divide, it's supposed to be minus. Then all of that divided by 2. Ooh. Okay, so that centered it. I think there's an extra 1 that needs to be added in because there's 2 being added. Okay, so that will center it, and let's move up to to 8, and then tile size plus 2. All right. Beam level and receive level look like they're accidentally using the wrong shortcut command too. So before I forget to switch that up. Switch receive level to R instead. Okay. Now whenever you select a level or select a tile, it should have a frame around it. We'll add that too. But one more thing, like I said, I want to reorder a few of these tiles. I'm going to take this block and move it down 1 row. So that should be pretty easy to do. And just look for the editor blocks and look for blank. No, block. And where did I want to put it? I wanted to put it after the trapdoor. Right here. So what I'm going to do is select this. Boom, baby. Elite hackor stuff right there, I tell you what. And for the blank, instead of it being just a black square, which is kind of annoying to look at, when we draw these editor blocks, instead of drawing blank, which is now the first 0 index, we'll do something a little bit different. So kind of like we have up here this tile variable, and we'll make one up here called tile, make it a bitmap pointer, and we'll say that tile equals to editor blocks, basically this. And then we'll draw tile. Except for if the block that we're currently drawing is equal to blank, then instead what we're going to do is say that tile equals to, and we have this variable called hold, right? We use this tile called hold whenever we're swapping the tiles around as like a temporary value. Well, in the Arduboy version, to save some space, I actually have a sprite associated with it. And the sprite that I have associated with this placeholder is a X, this resource X. It's basically just an X inside of a square. And what we'll actually do is set the tile to be the hold instead. Instead of drawing the one for blank, we'll draw this X. And so that way, whenever you click the blank space and click here to like override with a blank space, what you're essentially doing is destroying whatever is there and getting rid of it. So let's go ahead and compile that and see what it looks like. JavaJack says he picked up an Arduboy on impulse while out shopping this afternoon. For some reason, I thought it was a kit you had to assemble, but I got one and it was pre-assembled. Yeah, the Arduboy being pre-assembled is really great. I'm not being paid to say this, but the build quality is absolutely great. Like it's awesome. I love it. So whenever it came pre-packaged and pre-assembled, I was very happy that I didn't have to try to put it together. Every time I put something like that together, it's so fidgety and so fragile. But the Arduboy really holds up. You can drop it several times and it'll work perfectly. So okay, for some reason did I not move the file over? Okay, there we go. And like I said, the blank spot is now an X. You can't really see it because there's no black square behind this, but I think we can add that in real quick. I think for the draw level static or draw map static, I think I draw a black square behind the yeah. Draw, yeah, when draw rectangle with the eraser. I'm going to also do that here. And the editor tiles too. And the thing about the editor tiles is they're not going to be redrawn. I don't think ever. We'll draw a rectangle around it and it'll be the frame. So we're going to set the rectangle to be basically this. And the 0. So this is the starting spot. This is the starting spot for Y. And then width and height right here. I think. Let's try it. I might need to add like one extra value on the sides, like a padding. Not compile it. Do that. -1, then +2, and then +2. So it looks like it kind of is drawing. I think that's because x is 0 and y is 0. I totally forgot. Okay, we need to actually do y of 1, right? Which this compresses onto that. No, that's x. Yeah, x. So x needs to be 11 and y needs to be 1. And that'll stop the background rectangle from being these tiny squares up here. Okay, there. So it's kind of drawn. Looks like I need to actually increase these by 1. There we go. It looks like it's being drawn a little bit too much on the right and bottom and not enough on the left and the top. But I also don't like how much spacing we have. I would rather do something like this. Maybe 4 and 2. This like and the y as well. Well, actually, this is going to be so big. Maybe 3 is what we wanted. Let's just test it. I wonder how easy it's going to be to like click on the screen and know what you're clicking. Kind of what I'm worried about. I guess this looks a little bit more comfortable now. What happened here? Like missing. He's like, Circuit Dude is like gone. Wait a minute. Is the starting tile also set to be block? So there's dude and there's start. Huh. Yeah, why is circuit dude not being drawn here? That's weird. It was drawn earlier, I thought. Right? Oh, I'll figure that out in a minute. So it needs to be moved. This needs to be moved up a little bit, and obviously to the left a little bit. I'll draw 4 instead of 8. And 4 here. Instead of -1, it'll be -2. Try the same thing for this. And then what needs to be moved over to the left some, right? Or is that actually being drawn properly? Yeah, it's drawn pretty good. It's just the going outside the bounds way too much. Okay, so we don't need to move those to the left. Looks pretty good. Let's do 5. Wait, what was it? 4, 6. Move it down some. Okay. See, that is what. Man, what am I doing wrong? -1? Oh wait, -3 I think needs to be. What is wrong? Okay. I think this might need to be. So this might be a little boring to watch, but we're going to need these to be spaced out so we can click them properly. And we need the spacing so that we can basically draw a rectangle around them so you know which tile you have selected. What the heck? Why is circuit dude not being drawn here? Get rid of this draw rectangle call real quick. Let's see if he appears. He does. I think it might be because the white is transparent, maybe? Let's see. Start. Yeah, so I make the white transparent and start. Res dude. I thought I had another. Thought that I had another file for him. Oh, it's res CD. Of course, it's res CD. Yep. Res CD. So we'll do if editor blocks y times 12 plus 8 equals to start, then begin file equals to get the bitmap pointer res CD and okay. We should be able to see circuit dude now. Okay, so he's there. We should be able to click on any of these bad boys. So we will be able to click on any of these bad boys and draw a frame around it. So we need a variable to basically know which one we've selected. Shock AU. Oh, Raj, what's up, man? So we need a variable for edit x and edit y, and then initialize yeah, we don't want to do it in there, we just want to do initialize. Actually, you know what, editor form, we'll do it in, we'll do it here, edit x, edit y equals 0. Okay, so edit draw edit static, draw editor static, I mean to say. All right, so in here we will make another call. So we draw all of these things, and then after that we will draw a rectangle. So rect, and maybe we can do a local variable for this. Rectangle type, that's what it's called. So we'll call it frame rectangle type, and rect set rectangle, and we'll do frame. Yeah, Raj, I'm working on the editor right now. Basically, whenever you click one of these, we want to be able to then click the map to replace whatever's in the map with what you just clicked on. Oh, and Galactic Discat says that he found a bunch of docs and compiled them together. I'll just pull that up real quick on the stream. Uh-oh. Must have typed that in correctly. Discount. Forgot the L. Ooh, this is a lot of good docs, it looks like. Cool, man, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the for taking care of that and doing that. Appreciate that. So so we want the rectangular frame to be drawn around the level or around the active tile. So let's see. It will be here. This is the X and Y of the tile that we're drawing. So it'll have the same, the frame will have the same X and Y. And the size will be tile size plus 4, tile size plus 4. And I think tile size needs to all have caps. I misspelled it. Two capital letters in there. Okay. And then we need to, when draw rectangle frame, I think frame 0. I think that's the radius. But I'm gonna need to check this real quick. Oh, you know what? Might be a good time for those docs that Galactic Discat posted. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Taking a really long time to load. This doesn't seem to have when draw functionality built into it, or explained in it. Let's do a quick search on Google for Palm OS. I know that there was a function with a very similar name. I hate this. I can't use Control F. It pops up in this little area. Call when draw rectangle to fill. When draw rectangle. Filling with patterns. When draw rectangle frame. Hey, look. Exactly what I thought it would be. Alright, let's just try to compile it then. Type mismatch 254. Okay, so it looks like there is actually something else I might need to do. rectangle frame, and then okay, that'll look helpful. Simple frame, draw rect. It looks like maybe it's reversed, like frame style. And then the rectangle is the second thing. Tariq asks, do you use game engines to make your games? Yeah, it depends. Technically, Circuit Dude on the Arduboy is its own operating system, I think. But for like PC games, a lot of times I do use other engines, so like Unity or Game Maker Studio, something like that. But here lately, I've been talking with a lot of friends who've worked on their own game engines, and my old game studio I worked at, we had a proprietary game engine, and that was really fun to work with and play around with. So I've been kind of making my own like 2D top down kind of RPG style game engine for a while, and I haven't really posted about it publicly, but it's kind of like kind of looks like Zelda or Pokemon, and it's supposed to be robust enough to allow you to basically play Circuit Dude inside that game engine. So it could be used for puzzle games or RPGs or a few other kind of games like that. Let's see. So it looks like WinDraw frame or WinDraw rectangle frame actually takes a frame type, and let's see what those look like. These are probably constants. Simple frame. So let's do this. So it looks like I actually draw the frame a little bit of ways away. I should be drawing it elsewhere. Not necessarily here at X and Y, but editor X, or I think it's called edit X and edit Y. That's what I need to do. But I also need to figure out how to set the color. Index color. Yeah, frame type looks like it can be like an enumeration of some integer or something. Full frame. Index color type. Nonetheless, set color. WinDraw. Look, WinDraw gray rectangle frame. It's a very long function name. I wonder if that even compiles. It does. Okay. So let's see. I bet this will be a gray rectangle then. Oh, I see. It's like highlighted. That's perfect. We want something like that actually. Let's give it an offset though. Move it to the side. Do Miles, it looks like, or 2 pixels. Okay, so it has like a selection around it. That's pretty cool. And now we need to just basically change edit X and edit Y. But yeah, actually, See, because what we can do is add some sort of buttons underneath. Man, I don't know if we want to do that though. Nah. Yeah, let's just do this instead. So, I feel like it's gonna be a little hard. What we need to actually do is to determine whenever the pin down event handles or fires. We haven't used this yet. We actually need to figure out what form that we're in. So I think it's called get active form. Form get active form. And basically we need to iterate through these and figure out what we're doing. And if we're in the form editor, then clicking with the pin down event inside of the this area or this area will do something special. So I think event data form, I think we need to actually do something like this, but I'm gonna have to look back into the HSPC docs real quick, or source code at least, to figure out if we can get the form ID of what's being clicked. Probably the better way to do it instead of get active form. So just look up pin down event. Oh, whoa, cool. Actually, let's check this out. There is a RCT PT in rectangle, rectangle point in rectangle. So it looks like it grabs the point from the touch and checks to see if it's inside the rectangle. That'll be handy. And I wonder if this pin down event actually can fire whenever like a menu is open or something in the way of potentially touching something behind the menu. I think Palm OS might actually do something a little bit smart though to handle that. So I won't worry about it. But this rectangle thing is pretty smart. So let's see. We were wanting to look at the system event pin down event. E-type, pin down, screen X and screen Y. Okay, data. Looks like the form stuff is the only one that includes form ID information, so we'll have to use something like get active form. Form. I think there's a FRM get form ID. FRM get form. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yep, so we can get the form from the pointer, or the form ID from the pointer. So case form get form ID from the form get active form. And if it's a editor form, then we will let's do two new procedures called check map click. Oh, we don't need the parentheses. Check map click and check editor click. And editor. And we'll put that here. And these will kind of be similar. These will have a rectangle type in each. It'll be called area. Oh, and clicked for Boolean. And when we begin clicked will be false. And now when we do the editor click, what we want to do is basically check to see where it's clicking, change the edit X and edit Y based on that clicking. And then we want to also we need to if clicked inside clicked equals to true, and if clicked then begin end. This is where we'll actually change edit X and Y. But then also we want to redraw the editor. Redraw the editor strip, the tiles there, using draw editor static, because it'll redraw this frame immediately. And likewise, I'll just copy and paste this up here. If you click inside the map for the editor, then we will want to redraw the entire map, which is, I think we call it redraw. That redraw to true. No, actually, draw map static. Okay, actually, we just might do draw map static instead. That might work out pretty simple and easy. Form get active form ID. JavaJack suggests that instead. Let's see if that'll work. Two, 3, 6. Oh. These need to be moved down to underneath the map drawing. I don't know why I'm testing anything because there's no way to test what we just wrote out. Okay, let's take a look real quick and see what the is in, what's it called? Is in thing. What was it called? Something with a pointer, rectangle pointer. Doodle.hs, is that what it's called? Yeah, doodlehs.ps. It's rect point in rectangle. And check map click. We will say collect equals to this. We'll just put it here actually. But you know what? We actually need to get the screen X and screen Y, so we need to pass in this event. So these actually need to be functions, I believe, so they can take parameters. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Procedures can still take parameters. And we need to set these values. It'll look something like that. So inside game board with event do I use that verbiage? No, I don't. I think I can just do that. Unknown identifier 2. This is my fault. There we go. And you know what? I don't want local variables for these rectangle types. I'll just do a global map area and editor area, something like that. And we have an eraser function, or yeah, eraser rectangle type, and we'll put these here too. Map area and editor area. Rectangle type. Man, it's already 9 o'clock. I didn't even finish my tendies. Okay, so if clicked, then we actually need to initialize these values. So the map area is going to be a little bit easy to do. That's going to be map X offset, map Y offset, and then the size is going to be tile size times 14. Tile size times, times 8. So in map area, if it's clicking inside of map area, then what we will do is simply use these coordinates and size values that we have to deduce edit X and edit Y. So event screen Y minus map Y offset is basically going to give us the point inside of the map, the Y point. Same thing with if we did that with X. And then we need to divide that by tile size. And that will give us which tile is being selected. That might be all we need to do. Actually, no, we're not changing edit X and edit Y though. Shoot, what we need to do is say current level and change current level. Current level equals level. No, current. Current map. Yeah, that's it. Current map. Current map. At this X value, let's do an X and Y coordinate. So, and that will be equal to this map basically is going to have its value replaced with whatever the current selected tile is. And I know we set edit X and edit Y here, and we could figure out the tile that way with edit X and edit Y. But when we figure that out, maybe we should do edit tile as well. And so we can just do this. And edit tile will be a new global variable. Go. And by default, edit tile will be in the so whenever we switch to the form editor, we'll also do edit tile and say it is equal to edit blocks, editor blocks 0. So whatever the first value is. Which is hold, technically, or which is blank actually, not hold. It just has the picture of hold. So let's take a look at 330. I have an error right here. Unknown identifier. Oh, I did not include the period. All right, let's see what happens. I should be able to click on anything inside this and delete any tile. Oops, transfer it over. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. That's so cool. That made me feel really good. Like better than the Tindies did. Alright, so one of the things that you may have noticed is whenever I click on Circuit Dude, he like flashes. See if I can do it. Yeah, you see how he flashes? That's because he's actually drawn separate from the map. So if I click on him, he kind of disappears. And that's because he's being drawn separately so that he can move on top of everything. So we had some custom code in there to basically draw him, slap him on top of what's going on. So we're going to have to make sure that when we're in the editor, we don't abide by those extra rules. And so I think in draw map static, we go through, let's see, draw map static, we go through and we draw each tile, draw map tile, and for start, we say if it's in game, then it's blank, otherwise it's start. I don't think we do in game anymore. I think I removed that. In game. Yeah, in game is false for the editor, which should be what we want. But I think draw dude is still being fired in gameplay. Yeah, so let's do this. Go to level select. Let's find one with a moving background. You see how this is moving? It's because the map is the dynamic map is being fired, which is right here, and then right after it is draw dude. So instead of draw dude being right there, what we should do is if game mode equals player, then draw dude. I think that's so ugly. I don't like that style, that writing style. Even though it makes complete sense. It just looks ugly. Okay. I wonder what happens if I click on one of these spots. It should get rid of that tile, which is good. What happens if I click on a dynamic tile that's moving? It gets rid of it. Whoa. I didn't think that would work like that. Cool. Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of Circuit Dude now. So we should be able to clear, in theory, any level and everything in each level. But this one? Yeah, see, we got rid of him that time. Well, so he's not being drawn over. All right, so now we need to basically select the levels down here. Select the tiles, I'm sorry. So draw editor static, and yeah, we go. Check editor click. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder because there's going to be math involved and my brain might hurt a little bit. But what we want to do, we have this rectangle right here that we're using to the black rectangle being drawn underneath it. Shoot, I lost my place. We're drawing the black rectangle behind the tiles. So we can use that same rectangle and adjust it a little bit for the map click. No, the check editor click. So we have map area and we have editor area. Rect set rectangle. We want to define what this rectangle looks like. And I think it might be something along the lines of this. Tile size. This is the X, so times 12, I believe. And then the Y, there's 2 rows of them, so times 2. But we don't need the outside buffer for each one. Oh, I think I did the wrong rectangle. Actually, I'll map static. All editor static. Not this gray rectangle, it's this rectangle, this eraser that we're using. That makes a lot more sense. And edit area. Oh my gosh, there's so many lines of code. 1200. Okay, so the editor area looks like this. It's going to draw a very big rectangle. We need to decrease the X and decrease the Y, and then adjust the offset again. So right here, we have 2 plus at the beginning. No, wait. Gosh darn. -3. So I think 3 might be what we want to get rid of. And then 2 over here. Get rid of that. Man, so much random stuff being thrown into that little equation. All right, so we'll do something similar here, and I think it'll all work out even if it's off a little bit. We'll round rect pt in rectangle event dot screen x event dot screen y and editor area. Okay, so if it's clicked, then we need to change the edit X and edit Y. Kind of like what we did up here. Right, we had this offset that we're subtracting by, but the offset isn't is used. It's basically because there's spacing. The map offset plus the size of the map is plus an offset is where the editor tiles are. So we need to properly adjust map X offset and map Y offset. And then file size plus 4. We might want to draw the characters too, so that we know which tile we're looking at. And the draw stats function. And so edit tile here will be edit blocks, editor blocks at excellent. Edit Y. Let's see what that looks. Gonna look the same as that. Oh yeah. And instead of map offset X and map offset Y, it will be this disgusting thing right there and this. $350. Oh, it needs to have a semicolon. All right, it looked like it worked. I don't. I think this is gonna crash whenever I click. Almost crashed. Let's see. I definitely think it's reading out of memory, somewhere outside of memory. I can play stuff. Yeah. Yep. So I'm not reading inside the spot properly. I need to, like I said, I need to do draw cares. And all right, let's see what the values are that we're clicking through. Unknown identifier 351. Oh, it's not editor tile, it's edit tile. Okay. Tile 0. Some weird mathematics going on. Is it divided by? I wonder if there's actually like a local. Yeah, I wonder if there's like a local X and Y. Get rectangle, get intersection. Rect offset rectangle. Maybe offset rectangle is what we want actually to do all the math for us because I'm lazy. See, I mean, yeah, perfect example of how I'm lazy right here. Okay, never mind. This is not what I want. Oh, the intersection actually. That's totally my fault for not looking at the right thing. Determine the intersection of two rectangles. Okay, not what we want. I guess that makes sense seeing here the rectangles and then the output rectangle. I really hope you guys can't hear what's going on in the background. My neighbor's always yelling and fighting and stuff. It's super annoying. He's the guy that was playing music really loud the other night. But Java Jack, man, I'll see you later, dude. Thanks for checking out the stream. Yeah, this offset is super annoying because... Oh, actually, it might be... Yeah, it might be this. This is not inside of its own parentheses. That, I mean, I don't think that's the only issue there was, but that might solve everything. The tiny chance. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Look at that. Cool. There is an issue though, because you see the further I get to the right, the more that there's like some sort of weird offset. And the closer I get to the left, the more realistic it looks. It's because I did this instead. Trying to figure out what the issue was. Let me go back and use the correct values for that. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. It looks like it also kind of respects these values. I guess if I click on the very tippy top, the far right. Oh, whoa, what the heck? Look at that. I was able to click outside the bounds. That does not seem good. Literally edge testing right now. Okay. So I will do a lazy thing and say if edit x is greater than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Excuse me. If it's greater than 11, then edit x equals to 11. And then I'll move this line around here. So edit tile is not malformed. Get rid of that test. Ooh. Oh my, ooh, that looks good. All right, so that looks like it's pretty cool. Let's go up here and implement the clear level function, and then we'll do like save level, test level, and play level, that kind of stuff. Here. Draw static map. Map static? Yeah, draw map static. That's what I want. I'm just gonna copy paste this and look for the clear level. And So if you do this clear function, what's going to happen is it'll go through this map and then erase it all. But maybe I should save that into its own procedure. Clear map. Save me some RAM. Okay, so clear map will be pretty cool. We'll put that here. And then we also want to draw map static to draw the updated map once we clear it. I'm just going to test that to make sure it works properly. Even though I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. Oh, but you know what? We probably should ask the user beforehand if they're sure they want to do that. Even though that's super cool, let's... I think I had it in the resources, right? Is there an alert here? Where's my alert stuff? Oh yeah, that's right. I think I defined them in this file because it was a little bit easier to do that. So do clear warning. Clear level. Are you sure you would like to clear all files from this level? Okay, and cancel. Why the... Here we go. Clear warning, and then if alert results and equals 0. All right, now we should be able to ask the player if they're sure they want to delete everything. Cancel. And okay, cool. Man, this is so cool. All right, so what do we want to do when we click this play button, however? Well, whenever we click on, let's see. Whenever we do show form for form player, we set in game to be true and draw game to be true. We don't actually load the level. That's how we switch to the form level though. Oh, wait a minute. Form level, actually, I think it's form player is the one. Yeah, form player. So show form player. This is us switching to the player, but let's see, where do you actually load the data at? Form player. So event, when we open the form, we load the level here. I think we need a new variable. The show form will actually take it and set us in game true and draw game true. Game mode. Oh, I see. So if we do menu play, okay, this is good. This is what we want. Actually, I think there was some forethought put into here. So whenever you play this game, you go to circuit dude, click OK, continue, and then you click play. When I click this play button, it will set the game mode to player and then show the form for the level editor. When I click play, it'll set the game mode to player. But if I go to the editor or the game mode is now set to editor. And if I were to, like, I don't know, click test level or play level, it will, I could take me to the in-game form, and that would ensure that game mode is still set to editor, which will continue to show these stats up here, which is nothing but the custom level number. Yeah, so I think show form is the only thing we need to do for this button, except whenever form player is loaded. Right now we're doing load level. However, we need to say if game mode equals to player, then and we have an else statement here. And we do something else in here. Now what we do in here, we'll have to see what needs to be done. But this button should have that functionality now, and we can kind of test what happens. My thought is that it doesn't load anything except for what's currently in the level. It uses what's ever inside of the level variable, the current map array, I should say. Oh, and it looks like it does actually do that. Except for it's not drawing circuit dude, which is okay. Well, actually, where did he go? Yeah, this is kind of weird. So, hmm. Maybe there should be a new form called test form. Yeah, I think maybe there should be a test form because um, this circuit dude menu should have a thing that says like back to the editor, something like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we have a form editor here. Form menu. Oh, not form menu. Sorry, menu. We have a form editor, form player, form tester, and that'll just be the internal name. And define menu tester. Three. Okay, so for the menu tester, and say oh shoot, that's not what I do. So menu tester will have main menu, well, actually, yeah, we don't want to do level select. We'll do main menu. We'll do restart level, and inside of this level menu, we'll have one that says like back to editor or something like that. I'll just put these here for now to remind me for later. And let's see. So copy the form player and do form tester. Pretty much the same values. So for instead of menu player, it'll be menu editor. All right, so we got to do stuff real quick. Menu item edit level. Let's look for menu item. Menu item play level is pretty much what we were just programming in for the button. So switch to play. I'll call it test level. So we'll make a procedure for testing level, which basically is what we're trying to figure out what we need to do. So it'll be called show form tester. I'll switch to this test form. I think this will compile, but form editor. I need to do something here first. In the form load event or open event, for the form level, we load the current level. We are saying in the tester we don't need to do that. But I think we do need to redraw. So load level, let's do load custom level. Or start custom level. What does load level look like? We'll say start custom level. We pretty much want to replicate the functionality in here. But with the custom level in mind. So all this stuff. So basically load level except for the expand map. And I guess if that's all we're doing, you know, we can check it. We can do it this way. Is custom, and this can be a boolean. We don't need a new function for it. And say if not is custom, then expand the map. Let's see if game mode equals player, then we can if you kill yourself whenever you're testing another level, what should happen? It should switch level. No, not test level, edit level. Probably what we want. And edit level will be like test level. So I think also there needs to be something written in here that will take the custom level and store it away somewhere safe and then recall it later. So but for now, let's test this and see if it compiles. It might not. 358 is 9. 601 expected, semicolon. Oh. That's 720. Seven, 6, 1. And 764. And 840. Damn, a lot of typos. 946. Oh, that would have been great if it was at 946. Test level killed my Palm Pilot. I wonder why that was. Okay, so if I'm editing a level, I'll go ahead and make a change. And then I click test level. Actually, oh, that's right. I think I need to regenerate stuff. There we go. Yeah, that was probably part of the issue. I was accessing a form that didn't actually exist. Okay, test level. Wait, why does it still say test level? I don't want it to say that. I want it to say play level. All right. Play level. Oh, and so it takes us to this. Let's see. But you're not in the game. You're not, you don't, in-game is not set to true. Show form. Okay, so form tester. Again. I think this will allow us to do what we want. We'll be able to move around. In the menu though, save level, play level. I think the menu tester, menu editor. Do I use this by accident? Yeah, instead of menu editor, I need to do menu tester. Regenerate and compile, transfer, initiate, enhance. Okay. Play level. Well, Circuit Dude is not being drawn properly for some reason. He's not. Where's he at? Actually, I don't know where he's at. So the thing I said earlier about having to save away a level and then bring it back, I think it didn't really. I think that's a good example of when I need it because the level reverted back. But, I want to draw Circuit Dude. So why is he not being drawn? Draw Dude. Draw Dude is only if game mode is equal to player. And this is... Let's see. What do we do for drawing start? In game. If in game? Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe draw dude. Maybe only if in game actually. Yeah, so in game will be true in the tester and the player, but not the editor. That's the right function that we need. I mean, a variable value to be watching. Okay, so dude should be drawn whenever we play. Good. And he moves around. Beautiful. So we are able to edit our own level and now play it. Whenever you restart the level, I don't want the ability to restart a level for a custom level. Because you're testing the level. You're not necessarily yeah, you're testing the level. You're not necessarily trying to sit there and play through it. In theory, if you're making your own level, you should know how to beat it. Obviously, that in practice that doesn't always work out, but I think that's how I want to design my menus, so that once you die in the editor, the testing area for the editor, you're thrown back into the editor, because I feel like that action of going back will happen a lot more than you dying by accident from your own level. So if not dude alive, then edit level. I think if I compile this and then transfer it and then run it with a trapdoor that I can conveniently place next to me, I think if I go through this, it should throw me back to the editor. Perfect. What happens if I beat this level? Oh, that's right. We didn't actually program out being able to go through through the process of unlocking another level. But I think if I beat this level, if I beat it now, it will reset it. It'll reload the level and get rid of those edits I just made. Yeah. So that's something we also need to pay attention to. Kind of like how we have here for due to live when we check the game mode. We need to also do that for when you complete a level. Level complete. So we actually need to say next level. Make a procedure for that. Here, this is whenever you on enter exit, if level complete, and then we're going to do all this stuff. Check the game mode to see if it's a player or editor. If it is a player, then we'll do next level. Otherwise, we will go to the edit level. If you beat a custom level, it should just toss you back to the level editor. It shouldn't advance you to the next custom level or something like that. That doesn't quite make sense. So see, next procedure, next level, and okay, and we can always go back and try to change that later on when we actually need to test through the entire play of the entire playthrough of the game as if you're a player or something. So if I compile this, unknown identifier 612. What did I do this time? Edit level? Oh no. Oh, all the way up here. This might be annoying. Show form, darn it. Hoping that this is, I don't think this relies on any other procedure, so I don't think I have to move too much more around. Okay, good. That's quite annoying. Alright, so I will edit this level and then beat it after playing it. Oink. Great. All right, what else do we need to implement? What else? Besides actually saving anything, I think I want to kind of do a stream just for saving levels to records, recalling them, as well as, you know, your death count, your score, your progress even. All that could be its own stream. Yeah, man. I think this might be it for the night. Might be getting pretty close to it. What happens if I clear the level and then play? Oh, it just remembers the last state. What happens if I get stuck on an endless conveyor belt loop? In the Artie Boy version, if that happens, you can always push A and B at the same time to exit the level, including the level editor. when you're testing a level. So I'm curious. Curious what will happen if I get stuck on this conveyor belt. I'm actually whizzing by. You can barely see it, but edit level. I guess it doesn't block anything. It's just being updated every tick, so all the other events still are driven. I mean, geez, look at this! Look at this level select. This editor, this tile editor selector. It's so nice looking. Hmm. Oh yeah, that is one thing that I should probably do now that I remember it. The teleporter pads actually have an animation to them. They're not playing though because I didn't actually implement them, it seems. Hmm. I think that's only 2 frames, so 2 and 3. Um, 29 and 30. Okay, so instead of res telly, we have res telly 1. I'm gonna look at the sprite sheet too, which is in the Arduboy folder. And it looks like this. So the teleportation pad is right here. No, right here. And then the following two, actually. And then 2, and then okay. So I think we need to change the bitmaps a little bit. I'm gonna edit this in Microsoft Paint real quick. Gonna come over here and grab some of this right. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe this. Nope, never mind. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's edit this. Tele1 BMP? Is that what it's called? I think it's Tele1. Monochrome bitmap. Okay, and then this is a second. What the heck? What the heck is going on? What in tarnations? Microsoft Paint is supposed to be like the most basic editor. What is going on? Maybe 22. What is going on? This is some weird bitmap stuff going on here. I think I broke my I think I broke my paint. As long as I don't edit it, it's fine. Which is really bizarre. So we'll place these in here, and kind of like how we have the conveyor belts. We'll also have a draw map tile case for Heli, and it'll be Heli at frame mod 3, because there's only 3 frames for it, 0, 1, and 2. And what else? Oh yeah, look how ugly this is. if I go to the main menu, I mean, look how ugly that logo is. I think I found another logo somewhere that I made, another 2-bit one. Do you think this one's better? Look at this. Should I swap these in? I think this one looks better. I think I'm gonna try and see what happens and see what it looks like. It's a little smaller. I think it's a lot easier to read too. Like, what are you playing, dude? I don't know, it's black. Alright, what happens if I just get rid of some of this? Okay, so if we regenerate this stuff, we'll include the teleportation pad, and we'll include this different logo as well. And then we will hspc circuitdude.pas. And if this looks good, then we'll call it a night. Yeah, that doesn't look as good. It looks ugly. What's up, Abraham? It's not an RPG, it's a top-down puzzler, retro style puzzler. It's actually released for the Ardu Boy. I'll pull that up real quick, I guess. And what I'm doing is I'm porting this version from the Ardu Boy over to Palm Pilot. And if you don't know what an Ardu Boy is, it's a little game system that looks like a Game Boy, but it has only 2 colors. It's actually super cool. Definitely recommend it. It's got 32 kilobytes of memory. But this is like an emulated version of the original Ardu Boy version of Circuit Dude. So you are this little robot and you help him build computer chips by stomping on these computer sockets, and when you do, you put a chip in, and when you get them all in, you get to move to the exit. And then of course, if you don't realize it, you can block yourself in, because once you put a computer chip down, they become obstacles, so you can't get to the exit sometimes, so you have to blow yourself up to restart the level. Arduino Game Boy emulator? No, not exactly. It will run on Palm 3, or I think my goal is to get it to run on Palm 3.0. And anything that runs on Palm 3 can run on Palm 4 and 5, I believe. So, but hey, if you're a newcomer, let me know. What do you think is better? Do you think this logo looks better? Or this one? Which one? I'm kind of torn. I think it's easier to read this one a whole lot, but you like the dithered one, Galactic Discat? Yeah, so Abraham, Circuit Dude actually was ported to Steam for PC and Mac, as well as iOS and Android. And there's a whole bunch more mechanics in this version, and it includes like boxes that you can kind of push like Sokoban. But these trap doors can open up once you step on them. And once they open up, they turn into these like trap holes that you can fall through and die. But you can actually push the blocks into the holes to make them safe to walk on again. So all the mechanics, even though they might be inspired by something like Sokoban, I try to add like an extra use for them that makes the game a little bit different than, you know, any other game that's out there. But the Ardu Boy version, the original version, had less mechanics. So this one doesn't actually have Sokoban style push blocks. In fact, I'm not even sure if I could afford to put them in, because I was at 96% memory usage whenever I made this version, because it also includes a level editor too, and 75 levels. Okay, so everybody says they like the dithered one, so I'll go ahead and stick to that. If it was, maybe I can make a dithered one that's a little bit bigger, but it actually makes it to where you have enough space for the title bar that we were looking at the other day. Oh shoot, what did I do? It's because for the Ardu Boy, I compressed the data down and put it into a certain configuration, where the blank spaces are actually occupied in memory with another bitmap. I just choose not to draw those. So in draw map static, I think what I need to do is not draw the blank spaces. We went back and added a black box behind it all, so it won't look ugly anymore if we don't do that. At one point we were actually skipping it like we would on the Ardu Boy version. So draw map tile is what we actually want to look at. So if it is a blank tile, then we we want to exit. I think that's what we want to do. Oh shoot, well, I thought we drew a black rectangle behind it all. So let's look at eraser. Draw editor static, draw map static. We kind of want to do like we did with the draw editor static and draw map static. Yeah, Abraham, exactly. Pushing blocks around are fun if there's other stuff to do, I think. So some of the levels in Circuit Dude are a little bit more focused on that Sokoban style push blocks, but most of them have like a kind of a well-balanced level design approach where don't rely too much on one mechanic versus another. So it looks like I do actually erase and then draw over it. Hmm. And I can also do what I did with, um, you know what? I will do this instead. I will say tile is going to be equal to blank tile. And I will make a new global variable for blank tile. And initialize resources. I'm not sure what this is gonna do. 209. Oh. Okay, that is exactly what it should look like. Cool. I'm a smart man sometimes. You can develop Palm OS apps in Pascal with Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so I'm using Visual Studio Code with something called HS Pascal. It's a Palm Pilot specific wrapper, trends. I don't even know what to call it, but basically it's a wrapper for the API, Palm Pilot API, and you can write all in Pascal in their dedicated IDE. But I ended up just using a command line tool. I feel like I can probably put this command line tool inside of um, Visual Studio and just streamline it a little bit, but I guess I'm too lazy to look that up. But yeah, HS Pascal, I've never heard of it until a little bit ago, a few weeks ago. And it actually does everything we kind of need it to do, so. All right, let's see what happens when I place a teleportation pad, because we were wanting to see if it animated. Okay. Did not work. And that is because why? Did I not regenerate the RCP? Let's see, generate. Oh shoot, my emulator died. That hasn't happened in a while. Also, I subscribe this right. Yeah, hey Abraham, thank you. I appreciate that, man. So I'm trying to stream every Sunday night and every Tuesday night and Thursday night at 7:30 Texas time. I have a progress bar underneath my camera, like down below me, and I try to fill that up whenever I make progress on here. So you can see I'm 65, maybe 70, 75% of the way done with this version of the game. Pretty much what's left is handling saving of the data and recalling the data, beaming files, and the end screen, which I might not actually do on stream because I want to avoid spoilers, and then converting images to 2-bit and 4-bit format, and then putting them on in the game. So there's not a whole lot left to do. But I think more Palm Pilot games is probably what I want to do eventually. But I don't know what I want to do next after this. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of game system I want to develop for. Okay, so this definitely did generate the binary file properly, just is still having an issue. So let's figure out what's going on here. LE2. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. I think I may have done multiplication instead of addition. What? Oh, wait a minute. What the heck is going on? I'm so dumb. This is not what I was supposed to do. Okay, I was doing something inside of the conveyor belts. Definitely incorrect here. So it should be blocks. So plus frame mod 3. No, frame mod 2, right? 0, 1, and 2. No, frame mod 3. Okay, yeah. I really appreciate you subscribing, man. Thank you so much for that. Hmm. This is going really, 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 really slow. Teleporter. I think if I use division instead of... Oh, what the heck? That's not right. Wait, what are the... Why are the conveyor belts so much faster than the teleporter then? The conveyor belts are moving fast. And then this guy is just sitting there. Yeah, you know, Abraham, I do have a few Palm Pilots myself, so I'm definitely going to put them onto mine. But whenever the game's like released, it's going to be on my website. Anybody can download it for free and just play it wherever they want on their Palm Pilots. And I would definitely encourage people to like send me a picture or something on Twitter or, you know, email, whatever. I would love to see people playing a new game on such old hardware. Yeah, I feel like, let's see if I click play. What is going on here? Is it because draw static map is the only one? Yeah, so this is draw map tile. I forgot that whenever I have a dynamic, draw map dynamic, it also needs to know that teleportation pads are part of the dynamic map. Totally forgot about that. Okay, that's why it was only updating whenever you were jumping from one form to another. Ooh. Oh, and it's backwards too. Oh, that's funny. Or maybe it's not backwards. Maybe it's just because of the frame rate on the Palm Pilot being so weird. I think this is gonna crash. Oh, it didn't. Weird. Because the teleportation pads need a second teleporter to teleport you to. There we go. It's a little finicky. Like the graphics are a little bit slow. I'll figure that out though soon too. That's part of the one of the few things that I need to do left. And there's a lot of people out there who are willing to help me with something like that, so I'm not super worried about it. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the night. Let me see. Okay, so I've actually never used some of the features that are on Twitch, but I'm pulling up this Twitch dashboard real quick. Okay. Cool. Zero Dindy, what's going on? Okay, so I guess just to recap, there's a few people who kind of just joined. So Circuit Dude is a game that I've been working on for Palm Pilot, and basically what I did today was I went ahead and I got the level editor kind of working. It doesn't save it to local data or anything like that, or local memory, so it doesn't actually stay persistent whenever you try to go from these different states between each other, or whenever you are leaving the game and coming back. Nothing like that, but you can see that I can make the custom level, put down these tiles, and then kind of move around in this custom level. Oh, what the heck? Did I forget to add collision to this thing? Whoa. What is going on? Good thing I just tried to show somebody that. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so there's no collision for capacitors. And enter. Whoa, I almost messed up. Jeez. That would have been bad. I would have released a game where you could actually enter into a block, like a solid block. That would completely ruin like half the puzzles in this game. I guess that's part of being able to have this level editor in here, like make a sandbox of stuff. So if I step on this button right above me, it will switch these two pieces. And now I can step on this kind of dotted one, but not on the solid one. Cool. Okay guys, well, that's pretty much all I wanted to get done with, and I stayed up kind of late last night working on the update for the Steam version of the game, which I pushed out really early this morning at like 4 a.m. or something. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, but you know, as always, I appreciate it. You guys can follow me on twitch.tv/thecrate, or of course youtube.com/crate. I also have all my other, you know, episodes of this, videos on demands, whatever you want to call them, of the recordings of this series, this adventure that I'm going on, and you can start from there. NS Basic was the first language I started out using, but it's really bad. So if you want, you could probably skip the first 2 episodes of that. But I think this is like number 12 or maybe 11 in the series. So if you want, for whatever reason, to have some great background noise, you can put that on. And of course, I have a Twitter over here for all my personal stuff, development stuff, and all the games I release. So whenever I stream and if I'm gonna miss it, you can always get updates, stuff like that on my Twitter. But yeah, Zero Dindy, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of good work. I think this game is like super close, might be more than 70% done. It's just a lot of little technical details here and there that need to be sorted out. But next stream will be on Tuesday at 7:30 Texas time. I don't know what time that is there for you, but 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I try to do the same time Tuesday and Thursday and Sundays every week. So, but of course, follow me on Twitter if you're interested in keeping up and figuring out if I'm going to cancel or something. I haven't streamed for a week, so I'm sure there's going to be another day or two that I'll miss eventually, but not this week. I'm going to try my hardest to make both days. Yeah, with that said, if you're a new person to the stream, I really appreciate you showing up. And if you're a returning person, thanks for coming back. I'm going to try to do something new for the end of the stream, though. My friend streams, and he's really new to Twitch, and I'm also, I guess, new. And we're just talking about different streaming strategies and how to get more people involved and stuff. So there's something you can do called raiding, which I've never done, where you basically, when you go off of stream, your following will be pushed into another person's stream. I think what I'm going to try to do is mostly stream and raid people who are programming or something similar. So but tonight I think I'm just going to raid him. So if you're around and you want to watch somebody play through Super Mario 64, I've never played it in my entire life, and I ended up watching like a few hours last time he was streaming, so it's pretty entertaining, and he's a cool guy, really nice person. So if you're interested in watching that, I'm gonna try to raid him right now if I can. Oh, and I'm also using Streamlabs OBS instead of just OBS, so I keep forgetting to click the transition button that's at the top. But yeah, here you can clearly see my social media things. Okay, well, I think I rambled a little bit too much. I'm gonna go get my milkshake, and I'll talk to you guys later. I really appreciate you stopping by, so bye, guys. Oh, wait, I think I'm still streaming. Do you have plans for a BlackBerry? No, I don't. I have a BlackBerry, so I might eventually get to it. I just have like so many different devices I'm trying to mess around with. They're in my queue. Okay, I think I need to click this button, so you might see me leave in 3,